I mean, I know I was told to wear a suit, which I sort of am, but then, you know, also wearing jeans and trainers because I'm gonna do it Ali's way. I'm not gonna do what the man says. This man, mostly. I'm getting a feeling for what we're starting to do, and this gentleman here has just questioned my clothes. He's like, "You going like that?" So that may be a bad sign, but we'll see what happens. I've been told now that the cat is out of the metaphorical bag as to why I had to wear a suit, and that is because today, ladies and gentlemen, I am supposed to be James Bond. And the reason I'm supposed to be James Bond is because the competition winner for how we're going to test these cameras that we brought with us was Ellie Phoenix, who says he should go as our big hero James Bond, suave and sophisticated, and the products are his gadgets showing his amazing technology, ability, versatility, etc. It leaves it open to capture the high impact moments too. Curry's PC World dares him. So thank you, Ellie Phoenix, for the reason that I'm now going to be doing things wearing a suit, jacket and tie. Thanks for that, that's great. So the test we're going to be doing now then is testing how the cameras work at high speed when I'm being chased by bad guys through the desert on my dune buggy as if I were James Bond. The name's Cohen. Alistair Cohen. Just, you know, if I die, tell my mum I love her. So could you just repeat all the ways which we might die today? So we have a guide because we might drive off a cliff, fall into a trap, get lost.
We don't want you to hit the endangered species of turtles. There's turtles out there.
Oh, fine. So I mean, as long as the turtles don't, I mean, we're expendable. Okay, so this looks like it's actually happening now. So we're at the place, and at some point we're going to try, in amongst all of this, to figure out how well the cameras work. So that'll be fine. It'll be fine, right?
No problem.
Everything's fine. This is the Legria Mini. Thank God I got all the money from that evil crime syndicate and seduced all those women so I can have this leisurely drive. I thought Christmas only came once a year. That doesn't apply here, but it's the worst James Bond line I can remember.
Oh, give me some beans, Ali. Go on.
Speaking of beans, I'm worried I might poo myself, so I don't want to do it too much. This is possibly one of the reasons why I was never asked to be a spy. Thanks a lot, Ellie. I will be sending you my dry cleaning bill. Look at what you've done to my suit. Looking back over the footage, I'm actually quite impressed by the Canon Legria Mini. The sound is very crisp and clear in spite of the noise from the engine. There's not very much jerkiness or shakiness from the camera, even though it was really bumpy out there, and that smoothness is making it look like we're actually going quite slowly, even though I promise you we were travelling pretty fast. So all in all, the Legria Mini did very well. You can clearly hear and see what I'm doing, and the fisheye mode makes it look even more fun and extreme sports-like.
Well, the first thing to mention with the XF1 is that it's incredibly difficult to work out how to switch the thing on, which Tom took a little while to figure out earlier on. And also, it's not clear how you start recording. It's not conventional, put it in record mode. There is a big ass red button on the back, but you have to know to look out for it. So generally, the user experience with the XF1 is overcomplicated by trying to make it too simple.
Now you can instantly see as soon as you start looking at the XF1 footage that it's much jerkier and shakier than the Legria Mini, albeit we were going over slightly rougher terrain at the time. You'll also notice that Tom, while he was filming me, was significantly more zoomed in, and that's because to turn the camera on is a fairly complex mechanism of twisting and pulling out the zoom to even get the thing started. And that's a problem with this camera. You never quite know when you're about to zoom out or turn the thing off, so he kept it fully zoomed in the whole time. Sound-wise, it's much more muffled than the Legria Mini was because it lacks the two front-facing microphones of the Legria that are specifically designed to capture clear audio. And that, mixed with the poor image stabilization of this camera, makes the whole thing fairly uncomfortable to look at for too long.
Now the trouble with the GoPro is that you have no idea where you're shooting. It's generally pointing at me, but we have no idea what it's actually capturing. Also, I don't know why I'm bothering to speak, but the sound, it's inside a little plastic box so you don't get any sound.
So while with the Canon you get great picture and great sound, and sadly with the Fujifilm you get neither, the GoPro is somewhere in between. You get a fantastic picture, albeit without a viewfinder, so you don't know exactly what you're filming, but the sound is disappointing because it's trapped inside a sealed plastic box, so sound struggles to get through. On the other hand, that little plastic box is doing exactly what it's designed to do, which is to protect the camera from impact and dust, and as a result, the GoPro worked just as well after the test as it had beforehand. So as you can see, the helmet does wonders for the do. I'm looking pretty slick right now. So we've done the filming test. We had some problems with the Legria, just trying to find the button, because the button is actually on the screen, so when you're bumping around to try and press the start-stop button, it was pretty awkward. The GoPro wasn't a problem at all. The trouble is we have no idea what we were filming because there's no viewfinder. Finally, the XF1, switching it on was a problem, so Tom had to figure out how to actually turn the thing on in the first place. He didn't have this kind of sports mode that we could find, so there may be one, but we couldn't find it in the menus. Then we couldn't find how to actually record video, and it took us a few minutes to actually realise that the big red button on the back is how you record video. So a clear win for this test going to the Canon Legria Mini because it provided the best combination of video and sound. But, a word of warning, the Legria Mini is not a big fan of dust, and the shutter mechanism struggled to open and close properly after this test, suggesting that the GoPro would be the better choice if you were planning to do this sort of thing regularly.